On the outside, this Mini Cooper S looks quite good, but engine-wise, it has quite a big problem. Now this is my cousin's Mini Cooper S. Now you might have seen from the exhaust smoke there that we have some oil burning. Now a lot of you guys are probably going to already know what this issue is, as it's very common with these N14 engines in the Mini Cooper S's. So this is my cousin Ben, and we actually went together to go and buy this Mini Cooper S as his daily. But on the day, we didn't see the issues that it now has. Now on the day, the car ran absolutely amazingly, and there was zero smoke from the exhaust. But since the purchase,
look at the
Ben has actually noticed how damp this engine cover has gotten. I mean, it is just, there's oil everywhere, all over this air filter, everything. Even this cover, everything is just caked in oil. The fact that there is so much oil pooling at the back of this scuttle here just shows that there's something catastrophically wrong with this. We already know the N14 engines are notorious for oil consumption, for basically eating timing chains, and third of all, ruining Ben's bank account because they require so much maintenance. And I've just noticed this. What's going on here, Ben? Why is that not on there?
Oh, flip!
That should be on the turbo.
Oh no.
Have you been driving it like that?
Yeah.
You may as well not have an air filter.
I thought it sounded a bit more like that.
So that's what we've got to do in today's video. We've got to diagnose why on earth there is so much oil all over the rocker cover, because that's quite alarming. Also the fact that why is there smoke coming out of the exhaust? I'm going to guess it's valve stem seals, but we need to do some more research. And then we've got to figure out what parts we need to actually get to get this thing running back on the road and driving mint again. So just out of interest, Ben, when was the last time you actually opened the bonnet?
To be fair, I open it a lot because I want to.
But you never noticed that.
I didn't notice this.
So how long has this actually been off the turbo?
I'll tell you when I last checked this up on it was before I went up on the weekend. So Friday, I topped up the oil because it was half on the dipstick, burning oil, or it's going everywhere.
Typical N14 engine.
I didn't look at this. I didn't even think to look at it. So it could be a while, actually.
Now, I'm not going to worry too much about why there is oil everywhere, because we can work that issue out later on. It could be the fact that the air intake pipe wasn't actually on the turbo correctly.
But it wasn't.
But if we just pan around this engine bay and just have a look at how much oil is everywhere, I mean, I've never seen this much oil on an N14 rocker cover or air filter or even the turbo heat shield in my life. Now, I don't class myself as a professional mechanic, but I've worked on a few of these N14 engines before, and seeing smoke like that after the car's been idling for a couple minutes indicates to me that it's valve stem seals. But we're going to do a little bit more research to see if I'm correct. Now, Ben and I both agree that AI can be wrong sometimes, but we're going to do a little bit of research here. My N14 Mini Cooper S smokes after it's been idling for some time. Let's see what it says, because those are the symptoms. I'm going to guess that this is going to come up with valve stem seals being the issue. Now, what it's saying here is this is commonly caused by worn valve stem seals, a faulty PCV valve, or turbocharger oil seal leaks. Now, from my experience, if there was continuous smoke all the time when he was revving it, that would indicate maybe piston rings or the turbo seals being on their way out. But the weird thing is it only smokes after it's been idling for a couple minutes, and then the smoke disappears.
Why? I don't know why it's smoking though. What?
Well, basically, to explain it briefly, if you imagine the engine is idling, what happens is the oil from the top of the engine, when the engine is idling very slowly, very kind of continuously drips into the cylinder. And then when you rev it, when there's more spark, more heat, more compression, that then ignites the oil, which causes a smoke out of the exhaust.
Right.
Do you understand now?
Yes. So mine's, but it's not burning the oil.
It burns it when then you rev it, which is why it only smokes when you give it a few revs.
Right, okay.
After it's been idling for some time.
Well, then let's fix it.
Now, Ben actually came to me a couple of days ago and asked me what the issue could be, and I suggested it was valve stem seals, just because I've had a bit of experience with these engines before. And he's already gone out and been very methodical, and he's already got all the parts we need. So in this box right here, we have a brand new set of head bolts ready to go. And Ben even went out and got himself a brand new head gasket all ready to go as well.
I did.
Can't forget a brand new rocker cover gasket, because these are notorious to leak, and if you're reusing it, then you're just asking for just continuous oil leaks. Right, we've got all the tools that we think we need. We're going to go ahead and start basically stripping this all down and then seeing how bad this engine is. It doesn't have low compression like the first Mini video. However, I wouldn't say that this engine is in much better condition. So we've almost got the rocker cover off. Ben's busy disconnecting the coil packs, and my favourite thing to do whenever I take a rocker cover off any sort of engine is to just look at how golden and dirty the kind of valve system is in the valve train, because if it's quite black, and if we're talking about a petrol engine now, then you just know that the car hasn't had regular oil changes. If we click back to the original Mini that we did on the channel, you can see how bad that car was. That didn't have very regular oil changes at all. I'll be interested to see how well Ben's engine is.
I would like to just defend myself.
Yep.
Because as soon soon as I bought it, I did an oil change in March.
Has Ben's oil change saved it, or has this thing really had oil changes?
That was really good.
While Ben's struggling to undo them, we want to talk about this little, well, I say little oil leak, it's quite a massive oil leak. I think what's happened is the rocker cover gasket, which goes between the front here, I think that's been weeping, and due to the fact of air coming in over the engine when the car's driving at speed, I think that is what is blowing all this oil residue all the way to the back of the engine, because you can see back here, this whole scuttle panel, and even the bonnet is just caked in this oil residue. Let's see how bad the valve train is on this. Go on, Ben, lift it up. I'm going to guess it's going to be a dark golden brown.
Oh my life.
I've seen better and I've seen worse. I mean, I would say this is, for 100 and how many miles on this? 111,000 miles. I think that's average. I mean,
oh, okay.
It's not great. Let's check out the wear and tear on the valve system then. Looking at all the cam lobes, there's not a lot of scoring on them. I mean, cam lobes all look in pretty good condition. I mean, check out some of these over here. There's nothing really I'd be too alarmed with, especially with over 100,000 miles. Now, what I'm inclined to do is just remove this timing chain guide here, and then once we've removed that, we can actually see how tight the timing chain is. Just kind of seeing how good the timing chain is, because do you have any proof that this has ever been done?
I do.
Oh, he does. There we go.
I do.
When was the timing chain done?
On 85,000.
85k.
Roughly, I've got a receipt for it in the car somewhere.
Okay, that's not too bad. So it hasn't got a million miles on it then. So Ben and I have just realised something, that somebody's been in this engine bay before. I know, yes, we know the timing chain's been done. Let me show you guys this. Now, this is the timing chain guide that I was talking about. And if we look down here, these are meant to be 8mm. Now, the first one is an 8mm, the same as all these kind of cam caps that keep the cams in place. But the further one in, just here, is actually a 10mm. So...
not good. Is that?
Yeah, I'd say that tension's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it was quite rattly, where you could like move it on the actual two of the cam cogs here, then that'd be a problem. But that's quite a taut chain, so I wouldn't say that is the end of the world. Ben and I have lost track how long this has taken. I'm going to guess 4 hours. This is an absolute joke. And I will just talk in a second about why this is such a joke. But for now, we've got to actually remove the cam bolts so that we can get the cams out. And then we've got the terrifying task of actually undoing the head bolts. And that's the scariest part, because if we snap one of them, it's not going to be a happy day for Ben. Right, cam bolts, let's go. So while Ben's undoing the cam bolts that hold the cam caps on, talk about the labour with this. Say, for example, you did need to replace the head, or you need to do a head gasket, or, you know, do what we're doing to replace the valve stem seals. Yes, you don't actually have to take the head off to do it, and we're doing it to replace and renew a whole load of parts. The difficulty with these cars is, if this car is worth £2,000, and you're going to get charged almost £1,000 to do all of this with the amount of stuff that has to come on. Yes, I know we're not in a garage and we're two like novice mechanics doing this, but the time it's taken is almost like half a day. And this is why people just don't bother to actually fix these engines, because they are just so involved to actually get stuff done on them. Here's just a little look at the amount of stuff that we've taken off. The pile of parts just continuously goes. Front bumper, front radiators, the front rad pack is all the way over there with the radiators and aircon condenser on it. This is why working on our 200,000 mile Mini is like a charm in compared, because it's quite old school. Everything's not so crammed together. I mean, if I had to work on that car, I probably just wouldn't bother. I mean, that would just be a joke. But I guess the good thing about it is it does look pretty good. Yesterday, we ran into so many disasters, one after another. So here's exactly what went down yesterday evening when we were just about to make a start getting the head bolts off. Every single tool we had snapped on the first head bolt. But it's okay, because Ben's on his way back with a whole new socket set with a whole load of new tools, so that hopefully we can get these head bolts out, because if we can't get them off, then we're in a bit of trouble. And truthfully, this was one thing I was quite concerned about, because if we do snap some head bolts, then it could be game over for this engine. And here he is. Ben's arrived. Right, Ben's here with the supplies. Let's see what he's got. You got some supplies?
I got some good news. I've got exactly what we need.
That bar will do it.
And, oh crap, this little boy. And also, we will need this eventually. For the viewers will have to wait for this cheeky little piece.
Right, let's go.
So let's
head
go.
bolts off.
Let's go, man.
The scariest part right now. The scariest part, but none of them are going to snap. None of them are going to snap.
Oh, that one was better.
What a beautiful sound.
You know when you walk on a tree branch and
Yeah.
it does like the creaking sound?
Yeah.
But the tree doesn't look dead.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it snaps.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like when it does that noise. Oh, see? You think it's a healthy flipping tree. Oh! Sorry. And then it snaps, but we're good. It didn't snap.
Good job I'm filming now. The head's coming off, so let's go.
I know for a fact you're going to cut what I just said.
Nope. Oh, the head gasket. Right, let's very carefully bring this over to a safe space.
What's wrong?
Right,
Is that a problem?
let's take a look at this engine. Before we inspect the cylinders and the cylinder bores, we're going to take a look at the other side of the cylinder head. So let's go take a look at that first. Right, so we flipped the head over and we're going to take a look. No burnt out exhaust valves, nothing that I can see so far. Take a look at this. Now what we can see is all 16 valves. We've got our intake valves on this side because the fuel rail is here, but then these are our exhaust valves and they're okay. This side just looks a little bit weird. It's got this kind of added extra of just build up on it. This side of the exhaust valves aren't looking too bad. It'd be quite interesting to see when we actually pull them out this way to see what the carbon buildup is on the other side. Definitely what I kind of expected to see. So I say we go now and take a look at the bores and the cylinders and see what they're looking like. As a few of you will know, on the first Mini Cooper S that we documented on the channel, on cylinder 1 there was a massive hole on the back of the piston.
I was going to say something. This is good because it's not leaking. So that one's good.
That's true. In the first video where I documented one of these engines, the water, which we actually used brake cleaner, was going down the side of the piston because it was not sealing. So that's kind of good that it's holding some coolant.
I have a question, and this is for the viewers if they want to know. Is there a problem putting water, like a little bit of test water, into each of these to see if it drains away, or will that do any damage?
Well, you're probably better off using oil.
Well, we have loads of oil, so...
Now what Ben is saying is, in theory, correct, because obviously if it does all disappear down the sides, then there is an issue that the piston rings aren't sealing correctly. However, you've done a compression test on this engine.
That's true.
Which theoretically does the same thing as what that would be doing. Our version of putting a bit of oil down wouldn't really, work too well. The cylinder walls are actually in really good condition. There's absolutely nothing I can feel on the finger. Whereas if we come to the engine, which I'm about to show you now, which is the exact same N14 engine, look how damaged this cylinder wall is. Now this is what a bad N14 engine looks like. Take a look at the hole down at the bottom of that piston and also the scoring on this cylinder wall just here. Yeah, this engine, this is no good. What we are both just curious to see is what the stretch bolt is like compared to a used stretch bolt which we've just taken out of the head compared to a brand new one. This is what it actually looks like. So the new one, I take it, is on the left.
New one's on the left, yeah.
And then that's the old one on the right. So I mean, looking at it, Ben's got them leveled up at the bottom. There's not as much stretch as I thought there was going to be. And this is quite frankly the best part we've got so far. Ben underneath his baby sheet cover, we've got the head ready to go on this engine. And this is the head we're going to put on. This is a fully reconditioned head, so it's basically saving us the time. We didn't want to have to tear down the old one, clean everything up. This has got new valves in it, new stem seals, everything. It's basically all ready to go straight on that engine block. But this is the question. If we put this back together ourselves, are we actually going to get this engine running, or are we going to run into some catastrophic issues? That's what you're going to have to stay tuned for the next video. Part 2, we're going to be getting this head on, the reconditioned one, putting everything back together and taking it on its first test drive with everything fixed. And hopefully it doesn't smoke like it did when we started this video. Well, there we go. That's it from me and Ben today. If you guys enjoyed the video, then what can they do, Ben?
They can subscribe and see more of me.
More of Ben. But you're really subscribing just to see more of this Mini, to see if we actually get it back on the road.
We will.
Ben's daily driver can be running again.
It will.
So there you go. If you enjoyed the video, you can subscribe. You can also like the video and I'll personally answer any comments that you guys have. And don't forget to go and check out the merch store. I've got my very own merch lineup now. Take a look at these t-shirts and hats. Ben's rocking the Earn the Drive cap, the Carl edition.
Carl edition.
We also have the ETD logo as well as the 200,000 mile Mini on the rear, which is sitting right here. We also have F80 M3 merch if you guys are fancying that too. And there we have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.